Hello, welcome to day one of the Breathwork Bootcamp. Let's begin, let's dive right in to our day one. Let me just share the screen. All righty, let's begin our slideshow. Okay, so day one, be here now. Now, be here now or be present in the moment is something you must have heard or read about a lot these days, because mindful practices and being present in the moment are talked about a lot these days on social media, Google, wherever you are. It's a trending topic. So let's first understand the true meaning of being here now. Now, for being here now, if you want to understand the true meaning, I like to turn things around a bit, and I like to understand what is the meaning of not being present. Because honestly, that is in a habit which we all are. So it just becomes a bit more relatable, because that's what we're doing. We are not in the moment. So when we know what does that look like, then it helps us shift our perspective to what does being in the moment actually look like. So let's first understand what it means to not be present. So when you're not being present, you are a victim of time. Yes, a victim of time. And why do I say that? Because your mind is pulled into the past or into the future, or both. So it's either in the past or it's in the future, or it's both ways, right? So when we are in the past, when our mind is in the past, what is happening? When your mind is in the past, it's mulling over negativity and struggles of the past. And when you are in the future, you're thinking about what's coming or what you should be doing. What feelings does that create? It creates feelings of anxiety, feelings of fear, right? I'm just going to stop my screen just for a minute. I want you to understand what is happening. Our mind, it likes to wander. It does not like to stay at one place. It's a wanderer. Now, what other places it wants to wander? It wants to wander either into the past or into the present. Oh, either into the past or in the future. Why? Because either it wants to stay stuck with some memories of the past. They can be happy, they can be sad. Just if it's a happy memory, then our mind is stuck there, creating a feeling of sadness again, of why we are not in that moment. Why am I not happy? I was happy a year ago. Why am I not happy now? So then that's why those unwanted feelings come. And when we have, if we're thinking about the mistakes of the past, again, we are stressed. It's creating anxiety. For the future, the same thing. If we're living in the future, if our mind is living in the future, it's going to think, oh, I should be doing this right now. Oh, I have to finish I want to finish this job and start my own business, say in 2 years, and I don't know how I'm going to do that. So we're constantly planning for the future. Again, that mind is dreaming, but what is it creating for us right now in the present moment? Feeling of anxiety, fear, stress, overwhelm. So our mind is in the past or in the future, but what is in the present right now because of that? A lot of emotion, right? Now, let's keep going. Okay, so we are a victim of time. Okay. Seldom are we fully here. neutrally centered to see life as it is. Because like I said, our brain is wandering. It's either in the past or in the future. It's not actually in the present. You are not in the present. You're not neutrally centered to see what is actually happening right now. So some of you might be watching this live. Are you fully present in this live? Or are you thinking about, oh, I had a really tiring day. As soon as this live finishes, I'm gonna just head for a bath and relax. So you're thinking about what you're gonna do next, and you're thinking about what happened during the day, but you are not focusing on this session right now. That means you're not being present right now, okay? Now, when we have understood the true meaning, the meaning of not being present, now let's look at how to break this habit of being a victim of time, because subconsciously we have trained ourselves to not be present, to let our mind wander, and it's become a habit. So if you want to turn that around and start being present in the moment, you need to break that habit. Now let's understand how we can do that. Break this habit of being a victim of time. Time is a human concept. This is very important, people. Time is a human concept. The watch on your wrist or the clock on the wall mean nothing to Mother Nature, right? They mean nothing to Mother Nature. When the sun is rising, it's going to rise at its own speed. It does not wait. Oh, I'm supposed to rise at 4 a.m. So it's not 4 a.m. yet. I can't go up. No, that's not what's happening. Mother Nature has nothing to do with time. Time is something which we humans have created. It is a metric. That means a tool used for measurement, which we use as a reference point for organizing our lives. It's just a tool for organizing our lives, for documenting history. It actually does not exist. Time is an illusion because the past doesn't exist and neither does the future. Just think about it. I'm going to say it one more time. Listen to this. Time is an illusion. The past doesn't exist. The past does not exist. Neither does the future. Remember that. So to not be present means that you are torn between two worlds. When you're not present, you are torn between two worlds, the past and the future. But none of them exist. I'm going to stop it. And I want you to pause and actually realize what I'm just saying. And you're not in the present moment. That means you are either in the past or you're in the present, right? You're in either of these two worlds. But neither of them exist. They are not reality. They do not exist. They're an illusion. You want to live your life in an illusion? And when you are living your life, which is not a reality, which actually does not exist, that's going to create a lot of unhappiness, a lot of unwanted feelings. Getting back to my presentation. I'm going to repeat this again. To not be present is to be torn between two worlds, the past and the future, neither of which exist. To constantly reside in the state prevents us enjoying life and finding happiness. You cannot find happiness if you're torn between the past and the future. it's only going to be sadness, anxiety, fear, overwhelm, and stress. Happiness has no place in the past or the future. Now, I am talking a lot about this, but this right now seems very hypothetical. Now, let's look into practical examples of what this means. So, how often do you enjoy your work? Or are you busy thinking about getting it finished by the deadline so you can give yourself a chance to enjoy? So it can be that you have to submit a report maybe by the end of the day. So are you actually focusing on doing that report, or is your mind in the future, oh, I need to get this done, I need to get this done so I can go home and I can do this. And so you are focusing on the things which are going to happen after that deadline. You're not actually in this moment. Maybe you have a cup of coffee while you are doing this work. So when you have that cup of coffee and you're only thinking about the future, you're not enjoying that cup of coffee. And when you're thinking about that future, oh, I need to meet that deadline and then I'll be doing this, that means you're not even focused 100% on the work you're doing. So that means your productivity is going low. You're not focused, that means your chances of making errors is increasing. Can you understand how everything is related? So ask yourself, do you actually enjoy work? Are you actually present in the work you're doing? Or are you just thinking about getting it done with so that you can enjoy? Are you living in the future? That's another example. Are you so distracted by thoughts of Monday morning that you spoil the time spent with your children on the weekend? This is something I have seen a lot of mom entrepreneurs go through, because they have this to-do list to go through on Monday. On Monday, I need to do this. I need to get, in the morning, I need to pack lunches. I need to make sure the kids are dropped off at school. But they're missing out on what actually is happening right now. You're not actually focusing on the smiles which are around you. You're missing out on them. Are you so caught up in regrets of the past that you prevent opportunity blossoming in the present? Are the opinions of others formed through actions you took in the past stopping you from being who you want to be in the present? So let me give an example of this. Maybe when you were in grade 5 or 6 and you went on the dance floor and maybe you slipped and everybody started laughing at you. So you're still holding on to that memory, maybe 30 years later. And even today, when you're maybe 35 or 36 and you're asked to go on that dance floor, your brain runs back to that grade 7 memory where people laughed, and you won't go on that dance floor. Why you won't go on that dance floor? Because you're still haunted by that, and you're still living there. You're not in the present moment. You're not letting yourself, your 35-year-old self, actually listen to the music, get the vibes and energy of the music, and let yourself enjoy the moment you are in right now. Because you thought that those people who saw you that time in the past are present right now too. No, they're not present. Those people who are present right now when you're 35 years old is a totally different crowd. But you are not realizing that. You are not realizing that. Why? Because you're not in the moment. Are you understanding that? You are still, your mind is in the past. So that is why we need to pull it back to the present so you can enjoy dancing your heart out, right? Okay, now let's talk a little bit about balancing the past the present and the future. I know I have said that the past and the future do not exist, they're illusions. But there are certain times when we do actually need to reflect on the past, or we do actually need to plan for the future. So it's about balancing all of the three. Let's look at what I'm talking about. It's good to think about the past and future sometimes. Where would we be if we did not look back over our past successes and mistakes and learn from them? Where would we be if we never planned or prepared ourselves for what is to come, right? So we need to learn from our past mistakes and successes. We need to plan for our future. But there's a real trick to that. The problem is focusing too intently or obsessively on the past or future. That's when the problem arises. A key factor in living a healthy life is to balance your thoughts of the past, the present, and the future. Thinking about any of them too much can have serious negative effects on our lives, but keeping the three in a balance will help us to be happy and healthy people. Now, I've been talking about being present in the moment, what it looks like not being present in the moment, and about time and illusions and balancing. But you might ask, why? Why do I need to be present in the moment? So this is your answer to that question. When you are present in the moment, it helps you fight anxiety. Now, let's understand, the root cause of anxiety generally is when you are thinking of something which is going to happen, which is not actually happening, but what is going to happen. So that future thought is creating a feeling of anxiety in you. So when you are present in the moment, present in the now, you are able to manage that anxiety better. It cuts down on your worrying and rumination, because again, these feelings arise when you're thinking about something of the past or worrying about future. So these are all the feelings associated with obsessively thinking about past or the future. So when you're in the present, it helps you cut down on these. It keeps you grounded and connected to yourself and everything around you. Absolutely, very, very important. Just being in the present, you feel a greater connection to yourself. What am I feeling right now? What am I touching? Just checking in with yourself. What is this feeling? Is this feeling okay? Am I feeling happy? Does this feel all right if I do this? Connect with yourself. That only happens when you are in the present. It makes you happier, a lot happier. Like going back to the example of mom entrepreneurs who are worrying about the Monday to-do list and missing out on the present time they're spending with their children. Look at those children. Just look at one smile. Tremendous amount of joy it brings. Why waste that joyful moment in mulling about something in the future? Being present gives you many, many more such ways to be happier. It can also help you deal with pain more effectively, absolutely. So if you notice whenever you go to the lab for blood work, so the person who is pricking you generally asks you to take a deep breath. All right, take a deep breath, and when you breathe it, and then she pricks you. Why? Because that is just one way of tackling the pain, the pricking pain. It just reduces the pain. It reduces your stress and decreases. It reduces your stress and its impact on your health. Because you are in the present, you know that this stress is uncalled for when you are in the present, and you are able to help yourself move on from that stressful situation. Why? Because when you're in the present, you're able to acknowledge that you're in a stressful situation, which is a stepping stone for moving forward. If you're not in the present moment, you won't be able to realize and acknowledge those triggers, and it becomes a struggle to move on, right? It improves your ability to cope with negative emotions like fear and anger. Again, being present in the moment is also helping you realize what your triggers are to these emotions, and thus you can sail smoothly through them. Increase your productivity, absolutely. Going back to the example I said of a deadline. When you're not in the present moment, when you're not 100% focused on the task at hand, your productivity will definitely go down. Now, there's another, I'm going to stop the screen for 1 minute. There's another aspect to increase in productivity. So there's this trend going on that everybody should be multitasking. Multitasking, if you're not multitasking, you're not, good. You should be doing 10 things at a time. So that's just become a lifestyle for a lot of people right now. Multitasking is the in thing, but no. When you are multitasking, you're not in the moment. When you are multitasking, you are focusing on this, and then I'm going to check my email, or what is going to, right, if you're going to have food, you're going to catch up on Instagram, or you're going to be looking at the TV. You're not in the moment. Multitasking is taking you away from being 100% present in the moment. So if you are used to multitasking, try to focus on the task at hand first before you move on to the next task. Because again, multitasking will reduce your productivity. It will lower your productivity. Let's keep going. I don't want this to be too long. Let's quickly move on with this. All right. Let's check if you are present in the moment. You can answer these to yourself so you consciously know if you are present or not. Do you arrive at a place or a train of thought without knowing how you got there? Do you get lost in thoughts as you lay awake at night? Too much thinking about the to-do list, about what happened today. Like there's no button to switch this off at night. Do you stay in your own head because you feel it is safer than throwing yourself into experiences? Do you have absolutely no recollection of what you've eaten because you were in your head the entire time? Nothing seems fun anymore. And you think everything is a stepping stone to the future. Now, what do I mean by this? This is very important. You go by your week, okay, I just need to get to Friday, Saturday, Sunday, weekend, I'm going to have so much fun. That's like, right now I need to hustle. Saturday, Sunday is the time when I'm actually going to enjoy my life. I'm going to live my life fully. I'm going to do this and I'm going to do that. Why? Why does this whole week have to be a hustle? And why does the enjoying part only need to be limited to the weekend? Why only for the future? Why cannot you enjoy right now while you're working? While you're eating? So when you're eating, do you actually notice the taste of each bite? We are more busy with just getting it over with. Do you sit and actually know when you are talking to somebody, are you actually listening? Or they're just saying something and you are in your own head and Oh yeah, after this, when I go home from here, I need to fold the laundry, and then I need to I need to get up early, so I should be leaving this place by 11. You're not listening to that person. You're not giving your 100% to that person because your head is on a roller coaster right there, going on and on. These are small signs to tell you that you are not in the present moment. So, how can we use our breath? Something which we've been breathing, something which we've been doing since the day we were born. We do about 20,000 times every single day. So how can we use our breath as an anchor? Your breath is the only thing which is in the now. It's not in the past, it's not in the future. So when you're inhaling and exhaling, you're in the now. That inhale and exhale, you can't do in the past and you cannot do in the future, right? It's in the now. Whenever you find yourself caught in the past or future, bring your awareness to your breath. It will pull your wild mind back to the present. Like every ship has an anchor to hold it steady, your breath is an anchor which holds you to your present moment, helping you ground and center back to your reality. Please remember that. Your breath is an anchor to hold you to your present moment. Now, how can we use our breath as an anchor? Very easy. You can breathe in and say to yourself, I am breathing in. You can breathe out and say, I am breathing out. So just noticing that I'm breathing in, I am breathing out. I am breathing in, I am breathing out. Or you can say, I am here, this is now. So inhale, I am here. Exhale, this is now. I am here, this is now. So keep saying that 2 times, 3 times, as long as you need to come back to the present moment. We are going to try this right now for 1 minute. All right, I'm going to start a timer. Remember, inhale and say, I am here. Exhale and say, this is now. That's all. I just want you to bring your awareness to your normal breathing pattern. No rules and no judgments here. Breathe through your nose, through your mouth, however is comfortable to you. Let's do it for 1 minute. Roll your shoulders back and down. Keep your eyes closed if that's accessible. If not, keep a soft gaze past your nose. Unclench your jaw. Relax. And let's do this for 1 minute. I'm here. This is now. I am 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 here. This is now. Gently opening your eyes. That felt amazing, right? So calming, and so peaceful in just 1 minute. I like to end my sessions with a quote. So for today, I'm going to leave you with this thought. There is only one time that is important: now. It is the most important time because it is the only time that we have any power. Please remember that. Now is the only time when you have power. You have power to change yourself. You have power to change things around you. You have the power only in the now. The past and the future are just an illusion. Please remember, there are prizes to be won. All you need to do is be active inside the Facebook group, share your learning from today onto your Instagram stories, and don't forget to tag me. Your task for today, people, is 1 minute of anchoring breathing tonight and 1 minute of anchoring breathing tomorrow. Just these 2 minutes out of 24 hours. Would you be able to do it? Let's see. I'm going to wait for your responses. Comment below on your experience after watching this video and doing the breath work. I can't wait to hear what you have to say. Also, keep the questions coming in. I am all up for answering them. Have a wonderful